So we're in Escondido store today, working on the second full event that we do. So we've already done a kickoff event where we start and explain continuous improvement and what it means to us and why, what the engagement is. But this second event, the team is selected to work on the bundles and cells attach process. Basically that process is getting the piece of equipment, the bundle, and any parts that need to be added to it, all staged in one spot so that when we start the job, we're able to do it and not be interrupted by it.
This event we're working on sales bundles, and bundles have always been a challenge here at Escondido. We sell a lot of cuts, and so we're trying to minimize waste in the sense of motion, making sure we're keeping it organized so when the units come in, we know is the unit here, is all the bundles here, and then we can coordinate with service and make sure they get all the correct bundles, and those lists are important so they know, what bundles am I putting on it, and do I have SPGs on the work order to account for that extra time in putting those on. And then as well as the list of whole goods, like on turf models, there's a laundry list of attachments that need to come from whole goods. So kind of merging those two lists together so that way, we know that everything's here, or if we are missing, we don't need to clock in on the job. So.
We've kicked off a couple events in Burrell and started there, and this will be our second event in Escondido. Definitely one goal is I would like, for sure, Escondido, Montclair, and Burrell to all be running their own continuous improvement events regularly without necessarily needing Jeremy's awesome coaching. Every store is so different, and I think that these events give the store employees an opportunity to solve their own problems with their own facility and their own team makeup, and so just would love to see them all excited about that.
So from our Home Depot trip yesterday, we picked up these 5-gallon buckets and these 4x6s. What we're gonna do is create signs out of them for our staging area so we can easily identify what bundles go with what equipment, and then when everything's there, we can flip the sign to show green to show that everything is complete. So these are gonna be our signs. This will be crucial in keeping everything organized, and it'll be our visual cue to let us know that our equipment and all our bundles are here and it's ready to go into the shop. And so techs aren't running around the entire yard looking for it and spending a bunch of time. We're just reducing a bunch of motion waste right there.
I was involved in both of the continuous improvement programs. The first one was the lot location, move everything around. Kind of got rained on, so that was a little different atmosphere. This one, we got good sunshine out here today, and it's more on the parts, whole goods section, so walking the entire process through. There's a lot of people involved, and there's a lot of movement. So if you're touching things 2 or 3 times, that's an opportunity to break something, to lose something, and to have a rework scenario where somebody's asking where that unit is or what's going on with it. But a lot of the motion too is in the computer. So the programming, the communication between sales, service, and parts, that alone is where I see a lot of the motion. And for me, I mean, I'm basically looking at every click that I can eliminate so that I'm more efficient and I am less problems, less time that I'm spending on fixing problems that could have been stopped in the beginning. And so just efficiency-wise, one less click that I can save in my life is 1 minute that I get back every single day. So if you multiply that at each location, you're gonna see some definite improvements. Which one?
We do have.
What do I do? What do I do with my hands? You do it.
I'm obsessed with continuous improvement. I actually went to college, and a big part of my degree was focused on continuous improvement, and so I was introduced to it a long time ago, and it's something that I try and implement on my personal life, and definitely something that I've been trying to work on at work. But as we all know, things get a bit busy sometimes, so that's why it's so special to have these events where, as much as you want to implement something, it's really valuable to take the time and spend 3 full days dialing into a specific process and having the support of the whole store. The technicians that work here are incredibly skilled and their time is valuable, and the last thing we want them to do is wander around looking for jobs to work on. So motion was an immediate one that stood out. Also, one that kind of became apparent through the process was processing, and particularly with the salesmen. We didn't realize how much work they were doing and how much they were micromanaging and how much they didn't trust the processes. And so if we can eliminate that waste, that's the goal. This event was really special because I saw how it really heavily integrated all three departments, be it parts, sales, and service. And as a result, I saw how much potential there was to improve the communication and the flow of communication among all departments, and just realized that that's what we want to get out of these events. I think we have the circle of success, and communication's the hub of that wheel, and we need it to make that wheel go round. And so that's exactly what I want to focus on.